Johnny Carson, the legendary host of The Tonight Show, was celebrated for his quick wit, charm, and ability to turn even the most awkward moments into smooth conversations. However, not all of his guests made for pleasant interviews. Despite his unmatched skill in hiding frustration, there were a few guests who managed to push him to his limits, and even he couldn't always keep his cool. In this video, we're taking a look at some of the guests Johnny Carson just couldn't stand, and trust me, some of the names on this list may surprise you. We begin with Bette Davis, one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses. Known for her sharp wit and larger-than-life personality, Davis had a reputation for being difficult. When she appeared on The Tonight Show in the 1960s, things didn't go as planned. She reportedly came unprepared for the interview, leaving Carson to scramble to keep the conversation flowing. Despite his best efforts, Davis wasn't interested in playing along, and her snarky remarks only increased the tension in the room. It was evident that Carson, usually calm and collected, was uncomfortable, and his professionalism couldn't completely mask his frustration. When Davis made a biting comment about the show, Carson didn't hesitate to make it clear he wouldn't tolerate disrespect. Next is Charles Grodin, an actor who had a notorious relationship with Carson. Unlike most guests who embraced Johnny's playful banter, Grodin often pushed his buttons, leading to some of the most awkward interviews in Tonight Show history. One infamous moment occurred when Grodin deliberately ignored Carson's questions, causing the conversation to go completely off track. The discomfort was so thick that Carson sarcastically remarked, "This is the best interview I've ever done." It was clear that Johnny had little patience for Grodin's antics, and the tension between them was palpable. Then there's Orson Welles, the legendary director of Citizen Kane, known for his commanding presence and love of hearing his own voice. When he appeared on the show in the 1970s, Johnny could hardly get a word in edgewise. Welles rambled on with long-winded stories that had little to do with the questions Carson asked. Although Johnny tried to steer the conversation back on course, his patience was clearly tested. The frustration was visible on Carson's face, as he struggled to keep the interview from becoming a one-man show dominated by Welles. Lastly, Joan Crawford, whose diva behavior was legendary, added her own level of tension to The Tonight Show. Crawford's rude attitude towards the crew and her general entitlement didn't sit well with Johnny, who didn't tolerate that kind of behavior. The interview was forced and awkward, with Carson clearly unhappy with Crawford's high-maintenance attitude. Johnny, known for keeping things light and fun, showed little tolerance for her diva antics. The Tonight Show was famous for its charm and humor, but not every guest made it easy. Despite the frustrations he faced with some of his guests, Johnny Carson's talent for turning uncomfortable situations into entertaining moments was unmatched. So, the next time you watch The Tonight Show, remember that not all those laughs were genuine. Some were just Johnny's skillful performance hiding irritation. What do you think? Which of these guests do you think was the hardest for Johnny to handle? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss another behind the scenes TV story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.